Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is Chris and Corey. Well, Corey's the new addition. We're just finishing up 4 sections of the cemetery fence that we're building. I'll show you what I used to build it in a minute, but this is what it looks like finished.
Not completely finished.
Well, you know, mocked up. Oh, and we didn't cut the tops. You'll see them in the next video cut. And then this is the 4th section we're finishing up right now. So you might be wondering how we built this. We got 1x3 from Lowe's with 1 3/8 holes drilled in it. We used a spade bit for that because using a hole saw is one of the most stressful things you could ever use to cut these holes. It's very time consuming. I buzzed through these holes in minutes. Well, not minutes, like 45 minutes. I drilled 196 holes to do these 4 sections of fence. There's 16 1.25" PVC pipes. I'm not really sure the length of them. I kind of just went with cutting them in half, and it worked out pretty well. They're all pretty much the same size. And then also we cut 4-inch PVC pipe into little sections like this, and then these are going to be the decorative rings that are going to get Gorilla Glued into the center to give it, you know, more like industrial decorative look. And we'll have more videos on the finished product, and we could also supply a list of measurements and how much lumber and PVC you will need to make a fence like this of your own. To hold the PVC pipe in place so it's more rigid, we're using a Hitachi air-powered staple gun. I'll get you the size staples that we're using. I'm not sure the size, but this is a sleeve of them. And there's a staple on each side, both sides. We flip it over to the other side. It makes it really rigid. And I'm contemplating on putting a little bit of Gorilla Glue in between the gaps in here. I don't know, just to maybe give it more support. I'm not sure. Still on the fence. Corey's going to show you how rigid it is. I'm going to step back because the iPhone's very zoomed in. Yeah, it's pretty tough. And then also look at Corey's taller than me, but you know, for just say you have like vandals or like little douchebags that run around your neighborhood fucking your shit up. I mean, look at the height of the fence to Corey. And then in between all these 8-foot sections, we're gonna have 8-foot tall by 2-foot wide by 2-foot deep pillars, which we haven't even built yet because we're just starting.
6 foot tall, so this
Corey's about 6 foot.
5 feet tall.
It's about 5 feet tall. It'd be pretty hard to hop. And I'd imagine if you did, I don't know if the wood would slip, like break or anything, but I don't know if it broke and your crotch fell on that. You're up Shit's Creek without a paddle. And we do have beers of the day that we're working. Today we polished off some red stripes. Yeah, we threw them in the ground. We threw them on the ground, but today's beer was Jamaican Red Stripe Man.
Jamaican beer while you're Jamaican offense.
Alright, so again we used 4-inch PVC pipe cut into small pieces. Only cut about inch big maybe, for all the decorative rings that go inside of each section. We bought 10-foot pieces of 1.25" PVC pipe, and we cut them in half to be 5 feet each. You can see some of those over there aren't cut as equal because we were just ripping through those, but these ones we ripped up on a chop saw. This is again 1x3 with 1 3/8 holes drilled in them. They're 8 feet long. I would suggest making sure you buy the dog shit ones and don't buy the prime top shelf $8 a board or $4 a board 1x3s, because you're just going to be drilling holes in them and screwing it up. It really doesn't got to look that good because you're going to be painting over it. And again, it's Halloween, so you don't have to have it looking nice. So, closer look into some detail on how we built this even more. From the bottom, we went 2 inches. We put 2.5 inches of PVC pipe showing on the bottom, and then we shot a staple in it. And then once you got the whole bottom of this stapled with 2 inches showing, you can see how it kind of looks warped, that's all going to straighten itself out once you nail up the top. This one hasn't been nailed yet. So from, trying to do this all with one hand, Corey's inside. Alright, so from the bottom, you hook it to the bottom of the piece of wood over there because it's stapled, and then you measure all the way up the top piece. You're going to put it 45 in. The bottom of the top piece is going to be 45 inches. So right now we're at, well, the phone's in a different spot. We're at 47, 45 is down here, so I got to knock it down a little bit. But the bottom, tape measure down, the bottom of this piece is going to be 45 inches all the way across. And then once you got that nailed up, you don't even have to worry about measuring for the next piece, because your 4-inch PVC pipe is going to be your spacer. And you want to make sure that once this is nailed up, that it's snug. You're going to have to pull it and make sure it's tight, and then staple it, work your way down. Don't put them all in and try and do it, because you're going to drive yourself nuts. Just cut one piece, even if you have to, so you don't cut all of them right away. Stick them in and they'll set your measurement for you. We built one of the gates. Now I only took visual images of other people's fences that they made and made mine. So we kind of had to plan out the gates. I really didn't know what I was doing with that. But we came up with some measurements, which I don't know, because we kind of just went with it. What was it, like 60 inches, you said?
Yeah, 60 inches to the bottom.
So from the bottom of, remember again, we did 2.5 inches at the bottom. And then from the bottom of this all the way up to the top, we have 60 inches to the bottom. So 60 inches across. And that gets you, it gets all like straightened out at that point. And then for the top, we have the edges cut because we just picked up the Sawzall before we made this. And we cut them at like what?
10 inches.
Just 10 inches to start.
12 and a half.
12 and a half. We went up 2.5 inches in increments. So we got to the end where it's the tallest. So like you could envision the gates growing from the outside inwards. So again, 1 3/8 drill bit, because we used 1 1/4 pipe. And again, the spacing up here was done with the rings, so you don't got to worry about spacing the bottom one. We ended at around 8 feet tall. We went really high for the gate because we wanted it to be about the same size as the pillar. From the top of the fence, it goes 10 inches, and then we did 5 inches, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5 across the whole top. I have all but 32 rings cut from the 4-inch PVC pipe. It just got too short to cut. I'll show you what I mean. It's really sketchy. I mean, using a chop saw to cut this. This is what's left of it. I don't know. You can kind of see it. It went really crooked. It's really hard to hold once it's that small. I actually had it shatter. Let's clear this up right now. I am petting my dog. I'm not playing with myself. And that pissing noise in the background is my fish tank blowing water. So my pants are on. I am not peeing. There's no one peeing behind my computer. Anyways, so shatter really is not the word to use for this situation. It was more like a plastic bomb. You know, when it caught the wrong way on the way down and it shattered, I had a massive piece hit me in the thigh and tons of little plastic shards hit me in the neck. Now, I had safety goggles on and I had a full face mask on. I can't stress to you enough, you should really have a full face mask when you do this, because if you do catch the PVC wrong when you come down, or it's crooked, it's not straight on the chop saw, it's gonna rip it right out of your hand, and it's probably gonna break it into pieces. Kind of like what happened to me. That happened to me after I cut, I don't know, 90 something of those circular rings out. I cut 90 of them, and that's when something went wrong. That's when I called it a night. I actually stopped working after that. But it's really important to wear safety goggles, and if you can, do the whole mask. But don't let anything I'm saying discourage you from trying this. It's such a cool project. It is very time consuming. It took like 2.5, 3 weeks. We're talking like 6 sometimes 8-hour days. I was working even longer than that sometimes, just to keep my deadline of having all that set up for October 31st of 2011. Back to the whole chop saw thing. If you are not like comfortable using power tools and electric tools or whatever, don't try this. This isn't a project for you. You have to keep the safety guard up out of the way, which leaves the blade exposed when it's spinning. This is because the chop saw can't make it all the way through the plastic PVC pipe. The blade wasn't big enough on mine. I don't know if they sell bigger blades. I don't think it'll fit on mine, but regardless, it can be dangerous. So if you're not comfortable, maybe you should have someone like your dad, I don't know, if you're young, if you're old, a friend, someone that uses power tools often to cut the PVC for you into these little rings, because like I said, it could be a little sketchy. So just in case, like when I was babbling in my videos, that just, you know, that's a whole bunch of videos pieced together. It was easier just to edit it all in one instead of making like multiple videos, and I'm not like the best editor. That's not what I do. I do music and I build. So you're getting really rough cuts, and there's not much editing that I do for my videos. So if I was babbling too much, and I know I left this out, so I'm just going to tell you right now, to make one 8-foot section of fence, and when I say 8 foot, I mean 8 feet long, you're going to need 8 10-foot pieces of PVC pipe. I don't remember the size PVC pipe that I said previously in the video that you're watching now, but you're going to need 8 pieces of that to do an 8-foot section of fence. Now you're going to cut the 10-foot piece in half, which will give you a 5-foot piece. That'll give you 16 5-foot pieces of PVC pipe. Already forgot one thing because I'm babbling and babbling and babbling. So for the spacing for the holes on the 1x3, what I did is I had a scrap piece, I don't know, about this big, a foot long. Doesn't matter how big it is. You're going to want it smaller, though. You're not going to want to use a huge 10-foot piece of PVC pipe to draw the little circles on the 1x3. But what I did is I cut out a 4-inch ring, and then I put that down on the edge, right to the end of the 1x3. So the ring was right on the edge. I'm trying to show you guys. Right on the edge, right? So then after that, that's when I put the scrap piece of smaller PVC pipe down right next to it, right up against the 4-inch ring. And then I drew the circle where I had to drill the hole. I did that for every single piece of 1x3. Once you have one cut out, you could kind of use that as a template, and then you could just draw the holes on once you do one piece. So everything will be, you know, the same. I'm not sure the term for that. But again, put the 4-inch ring at the end of the 1x3, then put on the next piece of PVC pipe and draw your circle. Then do the 4-inch piece of PVC pipe next to that drawing you just did, and put it down. Put the next piece of we'll put the piece of PVC down again and trace it. Do that for the whole length of it, 16 holes. And once you drill that first piece out, that's your template. Oof, excuse me, burping. And then you could just draw the circles in from the template. It'll make it a lot easier. If I left anything out, you know, including right now and in the video footage that I have from building the fence, feel free to message me. Leave a comment. Whatever you need to do to get this done, ask me. I'm here. Pretty good with getting back to people that comment on the videos. I've been trying to keep up for the 2012 year. This year, like I said, I'm trying to be on top of it because this year we're going really big. We're looking to do a huge not a huge haunted house, but a 6 or 8 room haunted house. You know, highly detailed. More on that another time. So if I missed anything, feel free to contact me and practice safety while using tools. You can get hurt. So I say this all the time. If you like it, like the video. And if you like it, subscribe. And if you have anything to say, put it down in the comments. Take care, guys. Be safe. Peace.